Hi, welcome to this channel. Today in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a simple REST API with Node.js and Express. This tutorial is for beginner and maybe medium JavaScript developer that want to know how to start very quickly with Node.js and Express and make a simple REST API. Okay, if you find that my accent of English is little bored, please excuse me. I'm not a very fluent in English, but I do my best. So now, what is Node.js? Node.js is just a real-time. Node.js is just a JavaScript runtime. It's helping you to execute your code on outside of browser. Okay, so to install Node.js in your local machine, you just have to go to nodejs.org and download. You can just take this LTS version because it's the latest, the standard version, the supported version now. So you can just click on this and download Node.js. It's already I've been already download this thing, so I can just cancel. If you are on Windows, it's very easy to install it. You can just find maybe how to install Node.js on Windows, and yeah, you have a bunch of links in internet where you can find the method to install it on your local machine on Windows system. It's very simple for Windows. You just have to download executable and just click and just next, and yeah. So if you want to install it on Linux, you just have to find it here, and you have a bunch of link also, and also different method to install it on your Linux system. You can maybe put it on your opt folder like me. You can see that here Node.js is the Node.js that I have downloaded, and I just uncompressed is there. You can just go to your terminal and maybe put the path to be able to use Node.js directly on your terminal. If I say sudo nano dot bash tilde sudo nano dot bash rc, and I think is the version. Yeah, I have put my Node.js here, so have the version, the distribution. I just have to export it like this. You can say opt node and concatenate to version and distro, and yeah, you can just make things like this and everything will be okay. So it's easy to install Node.js this way. You can just quite, yeah. And in the documentation of Node.js, you have a bunch of things. Let's take Node.js case. Yeah, you have some methods that you can use to access maybe to your file, to make HTTP request, yeah, to access to OS environment, to access to handle some event. Yeah, you have a bunch of methods here that you can use to write your code. So let's start with our simple REST API. I'm just going to create a new folder called test REST node I've created a folder for my project. Now what we have to do is just to open it on VS Code. It will be more simple by this way. Trust the author. Okay, now we have to init our project, so we have to run this npm init. Yeah, I can just press dash on description REST API test. Entry point will be server.js and test command give repository keyword node rest author me MIT. Yeah, it's okay for me like this. We have our package JSON, and see, you can just maybe make a mistake. I can just write a new keyword here, so it's not a problem. We can also use this key to have author, and yeah, we have main, and okay, everything is just fine for now. But where is Express? Where are we going to start to write our program? Let us install Express. Just wait a moment. Yeah, you can see we have our node module, and here you have all dependency for Express. You can see that we have Express here, but Express have also all dependency, because Express have some dependency that have some other dependency, and so on and so forth. So we have just package log to keep the version, the exactly version of our installation. See, you can see we have maybe curious is 6.7.0, we have robody is 2.4.0, and yeah, we have the exact version of all library that have been installed. In our package JSON, now we have dependency express. How cool is that? But look at this. We have server.js. We have to create a main, a entry point of our server, and you have to call it server.js. We can call it any you want, but you have to make a good decision about how we name our file and so on. We have server.js, and now I'm going to create my server. So what we are going to do is const express equal required, and we can just say express, and const app equal express. Yeah, now we can just say app dot use is a middleware that handle all requests, is handle request, it has response and next, and we just going to say hi, it's Node.js. Yeah, now we are just going to say app.listen to listen our server, and we can just say server listening on port. Now, how we are going to set our port? Let's just explain little this code here. We have Express and we create an application by executing this function. We have to execute Express to have an application context. Now this application have a bunch of methods. One of these methods is use. By write this way, we say that all requests will be fired or will pass by this method, and listen just run our server and prepare it for incoming request. But I have to set port, because if I run this by this way, Node, because I have Node installed on my local machine, you can say I have Node version 14.15.4. you can just press Ctrl D and we say Node server and see server listening on port. Okay, it's cool, but what port? What are you going to set port? How are we going to set port? Excuse me. So I can say app.set and you can say port, and yeah, you can say 3000. Yeah, now we can say, just to make sure everything is okay, you can just going to say app.get and take this port like this, and if I run, I can say server listening on port 3000. Make a mistake here. Now server listening on this port. Wow. Now how are we going to test this request? We can just go into our browser and maybe do something like this, and everything wrong. What happened? And yeah, we have just to use the port on this way, and if I refresh, okay, my server is closed. If I run this way and say let's just comment this thing like this and just make thing like that. Now if I use a middleware like this way, and run this, you see we have hi is NodeJs, but nothing happened here. The request doesn't finish. We have to close the request to finish it. Now if you can make next, excuse me, and say cannot get slash. Okay, the slash root is not defined on our server, but if I use the root, just close and make slash here, and you see I'm going to use NodeDemo. Yeah, NodeDemo is a tool to help you to refresh your server when you update your file. Look, it will refresh the server and server listening on port is defined, because port is now defined here, and let's just make it like this, and yeah, server is turning on port 3000. But now if I refresh, I say I want to render something, message cool. Okay, we have to return something to the browser. If we avoid to return something to browser, it will not get a response, so it will just turn and turn and turn and turn. So we have to return something to the browser. Now we can use specific get and maybe other load to just render another message, or maybe say how, just like this maybe. So we can just say that is message. Okay, now if I refresh and okay, if I say message, yeah, everything work. But let's just do as a more fun thing, maybe create a table of product and return maybe a list of product or a single product. So we are going to say const product, and it's the object with name and ID is one. Name is maybe show, and price is maybe 3000, and just ID 2, that's banana, price is 1000 for a banana. That's absolutely amazing. Yeah, we have a 3 orange, that's 4000, and here we have a list of product. Now maybe we can write a route that take product and just say okay, I'm just going to return the product here, and yeah, we just return product, and we don't want to go to the next middleware. Okay, so we want to make return and just avoid this. So if I save this and if I come to /product, and you see we have all our product. Look how it's very simple to have a REST API with Node.js. If you want to have it with other language, maybe Java is pretty much wait, yeah. So we have our product, and now we want to return one product by ID. How are we going to do that? We can just have a dynamic parameter by putting ID here, and we are just going to make a little debugging here. So I'm just going to say this ID will be located on console.log and request dot params, yeah, and ID. Look at this. VS Code know that we have our ID parameter here, so it's pretty cool. Now if I have this, and if I say that, save it and just put maybe 1. Look, we fire another middleware, and here we have our params. Cool. We can just destructure id by this way. Take that and put here. Okay, now we're just going to find our product by id. We can just say const product equal to product dot find, and maybe we have element, that element dot id equals to id. Yeah, and just have this product like this, or we can just for short say product. Okay, and now we have our product by this way. We can just save and say that something missing. What's not going? Can say product. Why is not going to show me this product? Yeah, this triple equality. Yeah, this is a string, so the triple equality check is just is not the same type. That is a number and that is a string. So maybe we can just say that by this way, or we can just say number and put it. Yeah, so we have okay id2. Yeah, banana. id3. Yeah, okay, a id that doesn't exist is just a empty object. So we have our route to our little API, and what can we do also? Maybe you can just, as exercise, just take this code. Maybe you have followed the tutorial with me. Just take this code and maybe do an update for product and a delete of product. Can you do this? Yeah, if you can do this, I'm just going to leave my Twitter there. You can DM me on Twitter, or maybe go to my Twitter and like it. If you have find this tutorial little useful for you, let me know. Maybe I'm going to make other tutorial about this. No, I'm going to make other tutorial about this. So let me know if you have find it enough interesting by like it and put your comment below, and share it to your maybe teammate or team class. So yeah, thank you for watching this tutorial. Go ahead, improve it and just practice if you are a beginner. So then, ciao.